The greatest love story of your life is already written, but you must feel it before you can see it. What you accept in your heart becomes what you hold in your hands. Marriage begins in the unseen before it ever becomes real in the physical. Marriage is not born from chance, luck, or coincidence. It does not appear just because you desire it, dream of it, or wait for it. Your marriage union begins in a dimension beyond the eyes, in the invisible realm of thought, belief, and inner identity. Before two souls meet, something deeper must happen. The heart must learn to recognize itself as loved, chosen, and connected. This is why two people can cross paths 1,000 times and never notice each other until their spirits align. The union exists long before the meeting. Your job is not to search for love frantically. Your task is to feel the marriage within your spirit so that the world can reflect it back to you in physical form. Many people approach love with anxiety and urgency. They worry about timing, circumstances, age, distance, and availability. They look outside, searching and scanning, hoping to find someone who will complete them. But no external relationship can fill a heart that does not feel chosen within. The invisible foundation always comes first. How you see yourself shapes how others see you. If you feel insecure, you will attract instability. If you believe love is hard to find, your experience will confirm that. But when you feel deeply loved in your spirit, even before love arrives physically, your energy changes. You stop searching, you stop comparing, you stop chasing, you begin attracting. The most powerful marriages are not built from emotional dependency or desperation. They are born from inner fullness. When you feel connected to your future partner on a spiritual level, even before your eyes meet, you carry yourself differently. You walk with quiet assurance. You speak with softness rather than fear. You choose with clarity instead of longing. You no longer ask, will anyone ever love me? Because you know love is already bonded to your soul. The invisible union becomes the anchor that steadies your heart. You are no longer afraid of loneliness, heartbreak, or rejection. Because your spirit already recognizes the truth, your union is real, it is aligned, and it is on its way into form. To feel your marriage before seeing it means you must begin living as someone who is already loved. You speak to yourself with grace, the way a cherished partner would. You nurture your emotional well-being. You protect your peace. You stop accepting temporary affection when your soul desires lifelong devotion. Your standards rise because your identity rises. You stop asking for love. You expect it. Expectation is not entitlement. It is alignment. You know something is yours, not because you forced it, but because your spirit has already claimed it. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the warmth of standing beside the one who deeply cherishes you. Feel the safety of their presence, the peace of their understanding, the joy of being seen. This feeling, not the image, is the signal. The feeling is what calls your partner forth. The universe does not respond to longing. It responds to belief. When you feel something as already true, you collapse the distance between desire and manifestation. Your heart becomes a magnet. Your soul becomes a beacon. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual law. Everything seen was first rooted in the unseen. You cannot receive what you cannot feel. And yes, this requires courage. It requires releasing old wounds that whisper, love left me before, so it will leave me again. It requires letting go of the past versions of yourself, who settled, tolerated disrespect, or feared abandonment. The invisible union cannot be realized through fear, only through inner healing, inner acceptance, and inner readiness. The spirit must become clear for love to enter. The heart must become open again. The mind must stop expecting loss. You must step into the identity of someone who is prepared to love and be loved fully. When you feel your marriage union in the invisible, your path begins to shift. You are drawn to environments, decisions, and opportunities that align with love. Your intuition heightens. You begin noticing connections, synchronicities, and nudges. You meet people who mirror your new inner state. You attract partners who respect your growth. Your old patterns dissolve because they no longer match who you have become. You stop chasing validation because you already feel valued within. The world simply reflects what you already know, Your love is real. This is why two whole souls coming together feels effortless. It does not feel like chasing, convincing, or performing. It feels like recognition, a remembering, a gentle, oh there you are. Physical meeting becomes the final step, not the first. Your spirits would have already found each other long before your hands ever touch. You will feel peace, not anxiety. You will feel sure, not confused. The connection will feel natural, grounded, and calm, because the relationship did not begin in the physical. It simply arrived there after maturing in the unseen. So, take this moment to return to your spirit. Feel yourself loved. Feel your union alive within you. Do not wait for the world to show you proof. You are the proof. Your belief shapes your experience. Your inner certainty creates the outer reality. Your heart is the birthplace of your love story. Hold that vision. Hold that feeling. Protect it. Nurture it. Live in it. Your marriage union exists in the invisible first. Feel it deeply, and soon you will see it clearly. The one who is meant for you will appear not as a surprise, but as the fulfillment of what your spirit has already known. You are not waiting for love. You are aligning with it, and love is already on its way. Marriage begins in the unseen realm, long before it shows up in your physical life. When you begin to feel loved, secure, and emotionally chosen within yourself, your energy shifts into alignment with a committed union. This inner feeling becomes a silent announcement to life itself, saying, I am ready to receive what is already mine. The world around you responds to this shift, because your state of being becomes magnetic. You are no longer searching outwardly to be completed. Instead, you are acknowledging that the completeness is already within your spirit. This is where the connection starts forming. The emotional certainty becomes the foundation upon which the relationship will be built. You begin to attract partners who reflect this inner wholeness. You start letting go of temporary attachments that do not align with long-term commitment. You live as if your love story is already unfolding. This is how the unseen becomes seen. This is how the spiritual becomes physical. Love begins inside you first, and then the world echoes it back. Your emotional state acts like a magnet, shaping every interaction, every attraction, and every connection in your life. When your heart is anxious, desperate, or afraid of being alone, you attract situations that reinforce that fear. But when you carry a sense of calm trust and emotional certainty, love flows toward you with ease. The energy of desperation pushes love away, because it demands rather than invites. Calm certainty is different. It says, I know what I deserve, and I will receive it. This quiet confidence draws in someone who is also grounded, mature, and ready. You begin to communicate differently, move differently, choose differently. You no longer settle for emotional breadcrumbs. You seek depth, loyalty, and peace. Your energy becomes a sanctuary rather than a battlefield. And love always seeks peace. The love that belongs to you recognizes you when your spirit is steady enough to receive it. The image you hold of yourself determines the kind of love you experience. If you see yourself as unworthy, overlooked, or difficult to love, you will unconsciously choose partners who validate those beliefs. But when you see yourself as valuable, unique, and deserving of affection, you naturally attract those who honor and appreciate you. Your self-image sets the standard for how others treat you. The moment you elevate your perception of yourself, you elevate the quality of your relationships. You stop chasing love and start allowing it. You stop begging for attention and start expecting respect. You begin to move with quiet dignity. You become more selective, not because you are hard to please, but because you have learned your worth. This sense of inner value becomes the language your soul speaks, and those meant for you will understand that language without you saying a word. To welcome real marriage, you must make emotional room for it. This means letting go of past heartbreaks that you keep revisiting and stories that tell you love is painful or temporary. The heart cannot hold both fear and love at the same time. You must choose which one shapes your future. When you release old wounds, you release the emotional weight that blocks new love from entering. Forgiveness becomes freedom, not for the one who hurt you, but for your own spirit. You stop comparing new love to old pain. You no longer live in emotional memories that no longer serve your growth. You begin to understand that your past does not define your destiny. Healing is an act of preparation, not weakness. It says, I am making space for the love that matches my evolution, and what you make space for will eventually arrive. Living as if your union is already real creates alignment between your spirit and your reality. This does not mean fantasizing or creating illusions. It means you behave, think, and nurture yourself the way a loved and valued partner would. You speak kindly to yourself. You make room in your life for companionship. You stop engaging in situations that contradict the love you desire. Your choices reflect your belief. Your routines reflect your readiness. You move like someone who is not searching, but preparing. This becomes your energetic signature. Your future partner feels this call, even if you have not yet met. Your paths begin to shift closer together. What is meant for you cannot miss you when you are aligned with it. Your inner world leads, and your outer world follows, always. True marriage is not two incomplete souls trying to fill each other's emptiness. It is two whole individuals who choose to walk together, not because they need to, but because they genuinely want to. A healthy relationship is built on respect, emotional maturity, and deep understanding. When you are whole within, you do not cling, you connect, you do not fear being left, you trust your value. You do not lose yourself in the relationship, you bring yourself to the relationship. This type of union is strong because it does not depend on possession or control. It grows from honesty, compassion, and shared purpose. Love feels like expansion, not restriction. It feels like peace, not chaos. When both hearts are full, the relationship becomes a place of growth rather than survival. Once you assume your union spiritually, life begins to rearrange itself to bring it into physical form. You will start noticing synchronicities, unexpected encounters, meaningful conversations, intuitive nudges, and emotional clarity. You will stop forcing outcomes because the process starts unfolding naturally. The right people will drift closer, and the wrong ones will fade away effortlessly. Your life will feel guided rather than uncertain. You will feel a sense of knowing rather than hoping. The union that exists in the invisible begins to stretch into the visible. The connection that is yours will recognize you. It will not feel rushed, confusing, or unstable. It will feel like alignment, like coming home, like something your spirit already knew long before your eyes ever saw it.